As finals get closer, students lean on caffeine as their main energy source, but that's when we start to question, how much is too much caffeine for you? And we sat down with the student today and we talked about her caffeine habits.
I feel like I don't need coffee every day, but just on days that I know are going to be long, and that's when I really drink it. I think the coffee enhances the energy I already have. Because I'm a morning person, but I feel like I'm like, okay. And then once I get the coffee, I'm like, okay, now let's really start my day. And I also get an extra shot of espresso. Like without it, I feel like I get like a crash in the middle of my day, but with it, I feel like it lets me literally last. It tastes good, so sometimes I'm like, I'm just gonna go get a coffee just to get a coffee. I don't think energy drinks do the same. I like energy drinks more now. I feel like if I expect an energy drink during lunch, I don't need my coffee in the morning.
Heart doctors do not have great evidence that caffeine causes abnormal heart rhythms. The current recommendations against coffee are conservative and mostly based on assumptions of how the body works.
So some negative things that could happen with overconsumption of caffeine is headaches, nervousness, increased blood pressure, even possible heart palpitations and higher heart rate at times.
Moderate coffee consumption, defined as 3 or 4 cups a day providing 300 or 400 milligrams of caffeine, carries little evidence of health risks and some evidence of health benefits.
There's some pros and cons, certainly. The pros are, sure, it's going to help stimulate you and maybe kind of help you with that extra push through studying. But the negative side is it can increase anxiety, stress. It can also increase your cortisol levels, creating higher stress levels as well. A maximum amount of caffeine probably per day that someone should limit themselves to is around 300, 350. Anything beyond that, then you're going to start looking at that caffeine acting as a diuretic and start wasting some of that water and fluid in our body.
While coffee and tea seem to be fairly safe, the research suggests that most energy drinks are slightly riskier. But again, there are other ways to get energy than from caffeine.
Well, a healthier option for caffeine intake would certainly be, one in moderation. Instead of getting the highest, largest caffeine drink you could get, maybe spreading that out. Food is our energy source and caffeine is our stimulant source. So if we're looking to be more energized, doing light exercises throughout the day, making sure you have quality sleep, which is so hard for college students or busy professionals. That's one thing that kind of gets thrown out the window. So making sure balance for sure with good, healthy, nutritious foods, throwing in some fruit and some vegetables and making sure that you're not really loading up on those high greasy, high sugary foods.
Well, it looks like we're all okay to drink coffee as long as you spread it out and do it in moderation. Ugh.